but Awoniyi is across halfway, tried to feed it through to Nuno Tavares, who's going to get goal side. Tavares holds on to it, squares it back for Gibbs White, who drives it wide from about 14 yards, first time left-footed. He looks very, very upset with himself, does Morgan Gibbs White. Sean Longstaff running through the middle of the Forest half, right of centre, 25 yards, shoots, and Sells goes down to his right and makes the save, low down to his right, got two hands on it to turn it round for a corner for Newcastle. Chest, and Yates needs to be a little bit careful as the ball is actually taken short. And now Trippier whips it in, back post, and Bruno Guimarães volleys it in. Nobody went with him. That's well worked. Short corner, tucked back to Trippier, changed the angle, and Bruno Guimarães got right in behind everybody at the back post. And a little volley into the Forest net in front of the Trent end, and it gives Newcastle the lead in the 10th minute of the game. Bruno scoring only his second goal of the season. Now here's Nico Williams, closed down by Anthony Gordon, gets another chance at it, sends it back to the edge of the box for Niakate. Niakate chips it forward to the feet of Awoniyi, lays it off for Dominguez, and Dominguez gives it Elanga, who's away from Dan Burn. Elanga inside right channel, good save by Dubravka with his legs. Elanga away down that right hand side. It's a lovely clip pass to him by Dominguez, who's got the ball again now. As Forest win it back again near halfway, Dominguez and Yates swap passes. Lovely early ball forward, and Elanga showed Dan Burn a clean pair of heels. He was in at the angle inside right channel, and Dubravka saved it with his legs. Ball played further down that right hand side by Almiron towards Longstaff. Cleared though by Dominguez for Forest, helped on nicely by Hudson-Odoi to Gibbs White. Gibbs White feeds it through, looking for Elanga, who bursts through the middle and shoots the goal and scores! Forest are on terms. It's Anthony Elanga's pace again. It's a beautiful ball through to him. Played right down the middle of the Newcastle back line. And Elanga is quicker than any of them. And he's quicker than Dubravka, who comes out to the edge of the penalty area to try and get there first. And Elanga, having had an opportunity earlier in the game, stopped by Dubravka, was not about to miss for a second time. Super move started by Hudson-Odoi, and then Gibbs White's pass was slide ruled to perfection for Elanga's pace, who just got to it ahead of any defender. Got away from Nico Williams, but his ball into the edge of the box is half stabbed away. Wilson wins it back again. Dominguez, good tackle on Bruno, and that frees up the ball for Hudson-Odoi to leap across halfway. Hudson-Odoi still going, gives it to Elanga now. Elanga's not quite got goal side this time, but he fires over the cross first time, and Schär has to head away from Awoniyi.
He really wanted to step into those spaces.
Free kick for Newcastle on halfway, sent towards the edge of the Forest box. Botman heads it across to Schär, and Schär finishes it for Newcastle, who have a 2-1 lead. It's another set piece that Forest have conceded from. Free kick from halfway, travelled a long way in the air towards the edge of the penalty area. Broke for Botman, and he headed it down for the half volley from Schär from just inside the penalty area to tuck it inside Matt Sells' right-hand post. Here's Hudson-Odoi finding Dominguez, gives it back to Hudson-Odoi. Right foot curler, it's in! He's equalised! Hudson-Odoi scores right on the stroke of half-time. 5 minutes into added time. Out of apparently nothing, Hudson-Odoi with what is becoming a speciality, cutting in from the left-hand side, just outside the penalty area, and a chip, right-footed, inside the near post, beats Dubravka, and it's 2-2 right on the stroke of half-time. Williams finds Elanga, infield to Yates. Yates sidesteps his man and drives forward and feeds it through to Awoniyi. Inside right channel, flag stays down. Awoniyi tight angle, scores! Now the flag goes up. Well, presumably VAR will have a look at it. It was very, very tight. I must admit, I thought he was offside. He's finished it brilliantly from an angle, Taiwo Awoniyi. Flag went up from the assistant on the far side. And yeah, he was offside. As we see a replay of it, that'll be the most cursory of inspections for VAR. It's away to our right, Sells clears long, looking for Awoniyi's run, in behind Botman, and he's got clear, and he's clean through. Awoniyi can't control it, Botman recovers, down he goes! Now, as he tried to stumble his way past Dubravka came off his line. Botman looked like he'd nicked the ball away from Awoniyi, and Awoniyi has stayed down. And Anthony Taylor is going to need some help here from VAR, I fancy. Just one ball straight down the field. Awoniyi was away from Botman, from Sells' clearance. And then, well, he got away from Botman, stabbed the ball away from Awoniyi. Forest still want to make that change, weren't able to when that stoppage came. Nico Williams with a good challenge, poor pass from Elanga, and on the edge of the penalty area, it's put in low by Bruno Guimarães, and Newcastle are 3-2 ahead. It's an awful pass from Anthony Elanga, who's effectively laid it on a plate to Bruno, around about the D area. Bruno's gone on, and then just looked up and tucked it low, and for the third time here at the City Ground, Newcastle go in front, and for the second time tonight it's Bruno Guimarães who puts them in front. 3-2's the score. 10 yards inside the Newcastle half. Dominguez to the left hand side for Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi, little ball in field to Nuno once again. Nuno is away from three, into the penalty area he goes. Nuno, tight angle, and blazes his shot high and wide for the second time in the game. Gibbs White, now Rayner touches it backwards for Murillo. Murillo plays a pass straight through for Nuno Tavares, and Dubravka off his line quickly to get to the ball ahead of the man on loan from Arsenal at around about 4 or 5 yards out. Elanga in the Newcastle half and scampering forward towards the edge of the box, and goes into the penalty area and squares it towards Origi, and Byrne gets it clear from the Belgian, but Forest have it again. Nuno down the left-hand side for Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi onto his right foot, pulls it back for Gibbs White, 25 yards, curls one, just wide of the target. Going for the top corner, Gibbs White, and it wasn't far away. 25 yards out, fairly straight on in the end, but he was not far away, Gibbs White, from finding the top corner. Goes just wide. It remains 3-2 to Newcastle.